This is the sad story of a pastor who allegedly unalived his church member after cutting away with 1.5 million naira from his account. Now, the name of this pastor is Wepetoji Babaniye, and the name of the victim is Quadri Ògúnbode. The entire story begins when Quadri Ògúnbode was reported to be missing on January 16th, and his girlfriend recalled that, look, Quadri actually called me and told me that he was going to this church, the church of the reported pastor. And when he didn't return, she assumed, okay, he had gone to the church as planned, and probably there was some sort of program that was going on at the church, and that was why he was running late. Now, bear in mind that this particular church is located around the Lagos State University access, that is LASU. And when it dawned on the family that, look, Quadri hasn't returned, that was when they knew that, look, this guy is actually missing, and they filed an official report to the police. Now, the police, doing their duty, went to the premises of this particular pastor, and they made inquiries, and they asked, look, we got a report that one Mr. Quadri came to your premises for worship. Do you know him? What happened? And the pastor denied ever meeting Quadri, ever knowing him. Now, the police said, okay, no problem. And the police went back and they did their thing. They did their investigation, and they realized that on the same day when Quadri went to this particular church, the sum of 1.5 million naira was transferred from his account, from Quadri's account, to the pastor's account. So how come is the pastor telling the police that he doesn't know what happened to this guy, or he didn't see him on that particular day? The police now went again to the pastor's premises, the church premises, and arrested him, and arrested everyone they could find. And after much interrogation, they now discovered that, look, Quadri actually came to this man's church, and Quadri is actually a member of the church. And this is when the confession started coming out. And the pastor now confessed to, them taking away 1.5 million naira from Quadri's account and unaliving him. What a sad incident. And other members that assisted him in unaliving Quadri also gave their own confession. And that was when the police realized that, look, this guy was unalived, and some body parts was actually taken, and other remains were buried in the church premises. Now, some reports will tell you that the money was transferred to the pastor's account. Other reports will say that the money was transferred to the pastor's son account. But whichever account it is, the fact still remains that they unalived this innocent young man and carted away with his money. As for the body parts that were removed, only God knows what they did with it. But I'm sure the police will do more investigation and find out what they actually did with the body parts that were taken away. The police searched the entire premises and discovered the said body parts, that is the remnants that, were not harvested, and also discovered, the pew, I don't want to mention the name, but you know what I'm talking about, and other things that they used to perpetrate this heinous crime. This is a very sad story. Who would ever think that they will not be safe in the hands of their own religious cleric? If you're not safe in the hands of your pastor, if you're not safe in the hands of your religious cleric, then who are you going to trust? And this is what I always tell people: trust no one, even yourself as a human being. Do you trust yourself? There are things that you will tell yourself you're not going to do, and at the end of the day, you end up doing them. So why would you trust another person? But it could easily be anybody, because this is a young man who has told himself that he's going to church. Just like I would tell myself that I'm going to church. Would I ever envisage that such a thing would happen? No. Now, what has happened, but we want justice to be done. And I hope that the family of Quadri would find the justice that they deserve. Whatever happens at the end, Quadri cannot return to the family, but justice needs to be served. And I will leave you guys with this note. Be careful out there. No one is trustworthy. Watch your back and always try to tell people of your whereabouts, because if Quadri did not tell his girlfriend that he was going to the church, probably no one would have known what happened to him. May the soul of Quadri rest in perfect peace.